Welcome to Unmasked Podcast, and today we're talking about New Year's resolutioners and don't quit. um, Back in the day, when I used to train jiu-jitsu at the Anytime Fitness before we got our new building. Around January, it was always like 400 people deep. Like every treadmill had like 5 people on it. And
5 people on one treadmill?
5 people on one treadmill. And everybody was, using the bench, and like it was crazy. Like I couldn't even like park. I couldn't get in there. And then middle of February, dead zone. Like nobody was there. Not even like one person. They were like, "All right, I'm done." And I'm always like, I'm all for people getting and going to the gym and everything like that. But I'm like, why does everybody quit after a month and a half trying? And I think like a lot of times for me, like I know when I first got started with fitness, like I didn't know a damn thing. So like maybe it was I got frustrated that I wasn't doing the right things, because everybody comes out with their New Year's resolutions are always, I want to lose weight or something, and then they don't actually specify like I want to lose 10 pounds or.
People who are saying I want to lose weight and generalizing it are saying I want my squat to go up.
Well, I'm just saying specifically like nobody's.
I get what you're saying.
They don't set specific goals. I'm not saying the same person wants to lose weight.
Okay, so today we are talking about goals, New Year's resolutions. For me, I really like starting a new year with goals or resolutions, whatever you want to call them. It doesn't fucking matter.
Okay, whatever.
But I like setting concrete, like you said, just really specific goals, because then it seems much more manageable. Just like saying, I want to, fly. Well, that's a little bit crazy, and also it's a little bit umbrella-ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, maybe, okay, you want to fly. Do you want to fly in a plane? Do you want, you know what I mean? Do you want to get your pilot's license? That kind of thing, if that was one of your goals. So, yeah, I definitely agree with setting much more concrete, solid goals. It's great that you want to get healthy. So then start there, and then, whatever.
Yeah, what do you want to do to get there, or what do you,
So one of the big things, all right, I'm going to do a shout out really quick called, it's Passion Planner. It's one of the most amazing planners. I've been using it for a while. What I love most about the Passion Planner is that it gives you a passion roadmap. And what it does is you start at the beginning of the book. It's just a planner, paper planner. You can buy it or you can download it for free on their website, passionplanner.com or Google Passion Planner. And if you promote their item, you can get a free download, and they'll give you all their free downloads. So I always share it on Facebook or Insta or whatever. Sorry, our dog is making a bed, and she keeps putting her butt in Brandon's face, and it's making me giggle. So anyway, so at the beginning of the Passion Planner book, they give you a roadmap, and they give you a time. And it says if you need to treat this page like a magic genie. So anything that you've ever wanted, you write down on this page. And it says set your timer for 3 minutes. Okay, so highlight the things that you want to obtain in this year, or in 3 years, or in 2 months, or whatever. And it gives you a really cool, concrete way of looking at things. And until I started using it, I couldn't comprehend giving myself that concrete goal. So I really, really appreciated someone giving me almost like a web, like a word web, or like a cloud that you kind of brainstorm about. And that really helped me. So like this year I have very, very concrete goals that I want to do, and it'll give you steps to do them. So every day you're supposed to give yourself something that'll help you towards your goal. If you're losing weight, if you say, I want to lose, like this year I think I said I want to get down 10 pounds. So if that's my goal, what am I going to do every single day this week? what's my overall goal this week to do it? What's my overall goal today? What's my overall goal? And it cuts it down into much more manageable ideas like that. And for me, who can't focus in on one thing because my mind is all over the place all the time, it was so helpful. So if I wanted to lose weight, my goal today would have been, I'm going to make sure I drink this much water, or I'm going to make sure I do weight day today, and I'm going to lift this much weight, or I'm going to run this long. So I don't know, something like that really helped me.
Yeah, well, those are good too because you can constantly remind yourself visually. You
Yep.
can look at stuff.
Yeah.
And read it to yourself every day, and also it's a good tracker. Like as far as like like you showed me, the whole page just had like a whole diet guide basically written out. You did all that. But
Yeah.
I mean, like, you can.
I basically took the passion planner, and then I brought it to Pimp My Planner, and I did it myself. And I put a calorie counter in there. I put an exercise log in the back. I have a food reference guide, so all of the food that I tend to eat the most of, tofu, California blend, etc. I put how much calories it is per serving. That way, when I log it into my calorie counting thing, it's right there for me. I don't have to go and do an extra step. I try to make it as foolproof and as simple as possible so that I don't have an excuse to not do it. The thing I love most that I do every year, that I did this year digitally, is I make a vision board. And bear with me. Okay, go ahead and groan. And I know it's silly.
They're not silly. They're helpful guys.
Okay, here's what I love about them.
Goals.
It is. I give myself a mantra. Last year was dedicated to Princess Leia, and it was if you're scared, do it anyway. I'm paraphrasing, so forgive me.
Yeah,
it was pretty cool. This one is dedicated to the whole women's movement, so it's nevertheless she persisted. One of them was, my favorite one was be stronger than your excuses, and that was a really good mantra because it was easy to fit in anywhere. So I give myself a center mantra to help me with every goal. Every goal that I want to do this year is on that page. So this year is pay off my car loan, pay off my credit card, get a Jeep, go kayaking, get down to a certain weight, fight, win, like that kind of thing. Those are very concrete goals that I can just look at. I have visual pictures, I have things that inspire me. Unlike, I think, a lot of vision boards that people do where they think that they're just going to put it out into the universe, it doesn't work like that. Yeah, you can't just say, I want to do this. You can
say it, which is great, but if you say it, like I said, you have to always remind yourself of these goals and things you're going to do. If you don't constantly harp on yourself, remind yourself, it's not that you're going to forget, but it's good to have in the back of your mind all the time what you're working towards.
So I think what's interesting is that statistically, only 8% of people actually keep their New Year's resolutions. That's a really sad number considering how many people love fresh starts.
Yeah.
I love new beginnings of years. Like, New Year's is so much fun for me because I love the idea that I have so much planned for the year. Last year's New Year's resolutions were weird because I started some and my goals kind of shifted. Like, I didn't get to go camping, but that was because I had to save Willow. She ate gum, and all my camping money went to her not dying. So that was important.
Yeah, which, there's going to be bumps in the road, but, I love it. Like, every year for jiu-jitsu, we always do Hatsugeko, which is like a good luck training thing to start off the year right, injury-free, this, that, and the other. It's always on January 1st. And Coach James always talks about goals at the beginning of that, writing down goals and things like that. And he made, something like, I'm a blue belt right now, and that to get my black belt, I get another, at least 5 years, if not more, right? But maybe my goal is, well, I want to be a black belt. But, even if I don't get my black belt in the next year, which I'm not going to, maybe I got another stripe on my belt, or maybe I got my purple belt, and I'm a step closer to those things, because everything you do, especially when it's something really hard and worth doing, like, it takes a while, and everybody I always go back to the gym reference because that's one of the biggest ones that everybody does.
It's apparently 37% of people say their top New Year's resolutions is to stay fit and healthy or to lose weight.
Yeah, and that's it's a very big one, and I can't stress enough that you can't try it for 2 weeks or a month and expect to get tremendous results. Like most things don't like that. They don't happen overnight, and everybody gets frustrated. But you just have to keep trying. And I know also like when I started with fitness and everything like that, like I didn't know a damn thing about it. So like I thought, oh, I just need to run on the treadmill and eat salad a lot, and that's something you can do, but you need to do other things, and not everybody gets that. But there's so many like things out there. Like there's Google. The internet
I'm not gonna lie, I'm cheating. I am using Google as we speak about things so that I can sound super smart and whip out fun facts for you.
Little FS. Yeah. So like Google is great for diet and things like that. I mean, some of it, you got to just play around and figure stuff out, and Google can help you, or like YouTube some workouts or something.
You know what? Honestly, Pinterest is a great place for stuff. It's a huge. I love pictures because I'm a very visual person, so I love Pinterest. If you don't know what Pinterest is, one of my favorite memes was, if you don't know what Pinterest is, it's where your wife spends 5 hours on the internet, and then that night at dinner you're eating salads out of mason jars. And that made me laugh so hard because it's very accurate.
Yeah. But
there's really great. There's a lot of
That's a good vision board thing.
Yeah. Well, also a lot of really great fitness moves, I guess.
Exercises.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are on there. They're really helpful, and I have a board for Muay Thai called "I'm Gonna Kick You in the Face." And it just has a bunch of fun stuff on there, mainly Muay Thai shorts, but no, whatever. Well, I think what my goal would be for everyone is to try and break your goals down. Like you said, if you want to get your black belt, it's not going to happen in a year or a month, but that's okay because then you have breaking it down. You're breaking it down into steps. Okay, so this year I would like to get, another stripe on my belt. Okay, I did that. Now what's the next step to my black belt? Okay, next step is to get my purple belt. Okay, next step from there is to get another stripe. Okay, so setting yourself small goals like that is so much more efficient to keeping an overall goal than it is to just say, I want to lose weight. And then cross your fingers and hope it works. Or I want to do this and cross your fingers and hope it works. Because it won't.
I want to do it and hope that it happens in a month.
Which, yeah, and I think that's another thing. You bring up another really good point is knowing how long something should take. You cannot expect, it's called a New Year's resolution. Don't rush progress that shouldn't be rushed, I think losing weight is one of those things. They say that, the longer it takes you to lose weight, the longer you'll keep it off. Oh, sorry. Penny is hearing another dog and we're about to be interrupted.
No, Penny. Hey. You're good.
So I think, like I said, breaking it down into subcategories is really helpful. And then, constantly reminding yourself, having that visual, having that, put a little piece of paper in your pocket or in your wallet.
Yeah, or put a note in your phone. Most everybody's got smartphones. You can. There's so many like little apps that you can do to track things. I've got like little reminders in my phone I can set that'll ding at a certain time. It says, "Hey," or usually it's remind me of an event that day or something like that, or create an event on Facebook. A reminder, or track your journey. You can track your journey on Facebook. You can make a little event page and have put friends on your page that'll say cheer you on or something, but I mean,
I think
but
you
it's
bring up another
possible.
really good point is accountability.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people posting stuff on Facebook at the beginning of the year so that they are held accountable, so that they know I put this out there for everyone to see it. Now I have to live up to it. And I think I did that last year and it scared the shit out of me. And I felt bad because I failed on a lot of my goals that I wanted to do, but I had to come to the idea that stuff changes and you find new goals. Like I wanted to run my first marathon, but I got into Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu, and then my running game kind of fell by the wayside, and I ended up not running my first marathon. Now that I'm much more in a routine with both of those, I can add running into it and find time to be able to run my first marathon. Um, I probably could have ran a half, but I just didn't. I had already run two.
Yeah.
Low key brag. Hashtag. Sorry. So yeah, I think that's a really good point. Like making sure that people you're holding yourself and accountable, and you're letting other people know I am making this resolution. And standing up and telling people.
Yeah, I read a meme once that said like keep quiet about your goals and smash them or whatever. And
Yeah.
Like, I disagree with that a lot because I'm a big believer in telling people your goals so you have those people to keep you accountable for them.
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
yeah, sure. I guess if you're just a quiet person, you don't want to tell people. Maybe you don't need the extra push from other people, and that's fine. But a lot of people need somebody to say, "Hey, don't fucking quit. Like you can do this shit. You don't need. I don't know. Like you, it's good to have somebody. Like you and I work out together all the time, and it's great.
Yep.
It's very helpful. Like days that I don't feel like going to the gym, like okay, let's go, yay! And I'm
yeah.
like, and I don't feel like going, but you feel like going. Like if you can get somebody else to do it, if you've got a spouse or just a really good friend,
Yeah.
or if you got a dog that needs to be ran,
Yeah.
something like that, like something that gives you a reason other than your own self to get out and do it helps too. So if
Yeah.
you've got friends or if you know somebody who goes to the gym a lot, say, hey, can I tag along with you? And watch what they do and just don't. If it's somebody who's in really good shape and you're trying to do what they do, well, slow your roll. You probably won't be able to keep up, which is fine.
Yeah, we all have a starting point.
Everybody's got a starting point. Like, Schwarzenegger wasn't, benching.
He wasn't born.
He wasn't
that
born
way.
Yoked out. I
Dang.
mean, steroids helped that a little bit.
Thank
but still,
God for
like,
his mother.
But you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't born with a on a bench throwing up a barbell,
Well, yeah, obviously. And I think, I think that is definitely something that people just, like I said, understand your goal. Get comfortable with your goal. Get, intimate with your goal. Sorry, me and my goal are going to go into the bedroom. We go. Because in that you'll know realistically this will take me ABC amount of time, and realistically I need to allot myself this amount of time, and realistically I need to make sure that I'm checking in with myself this many times, or I personally don't like putting things on my phone because I will forget them. I have a shit ton of notes on my phone that I'm like, I have never looked at those in ever. But for you it helps because you set yourself reminders. With me, it's really easy for me to just ignore those reminders on my phone for whatever reason. That's why I make a poster. That's why I put it on my planner, because I can't ignore it. I use that planner every day. Yeah. Having someone who says, why weren't you at the gym? Why are you being a slacker? Bust your balls a little bit. That is really intimidating. Like thinking, oh my gosh, they're going to miss me. Or, oh my God, you know what I mean? Those accountability buddies, to steal a phrase from South. That's one of my favorite South Park episodes. They had accountability buddies and they went to this like old timey place. It was fucking hilarious. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, that really helps. So I mean, as always, let us know. Like, let us know your goals. Let us know what you're working on. let us cheer you on and cheer other people on, because it really is necessary. Humans are not solitary creatures. We need other people.
Yeah, you can literally feed off the energy of other people. I mean, it's like a
You can literally feed off of it. You can actually take a fork and
I
eat
wouldn't
it.
use a fork. I just grab it and
Oh,
just take a big bite.
Nice. I like it.
Maybe just bite them.
You can literally. Please try that diet. You'll get your goal real fucking fast. You may die, but good job.
It'll be interesting. But yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know, like, I also, one person's, like you said, accountability. If one person's a sloth and the other person's,
can I have some water? Sorry.
And the other person's positive, and is ready to go to the gym, it's a good chance that the positive person can influence the negative, but the negative person can influence the positive person too, depending on, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, really I agree. Another thing that I really like doing is I like to reward myself. So I'm a huge person that really likes getting treats for things that I've done good. Like, for instance, when I first started running, I would say, okay, first of all, I would totally Jillian Michaels myself into like cussing myself out in the head, where I'm like, "You're not allowed to run. Come on, blah blah blah," and I'd yell, which is really fun in my head. But I also would be like, "Okay, look, if you do one more mile, if you don't walk on this mile, if you don't stop, you can go and not." It was never food rewards, because I really am against food rewards. I think that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's kind of counter.
But I would say, okay, you can, go to Joann Fabrics, which is one of my favorite places, or like Home Depot, which is also one of my favorite places, or you can go get a lipstick, or put $1 in a jar that you're saving up for something else, or that kind of idea. Those small, tiny goals really helped me. Not only it helped me in getting to my big goals, but it also helped me when I was in the grocery store and I really wanted to get that, like, oh my god, those socks are so cute, I want those. Or if I was in, the makeup aisle, I'm like, oh my god, I want that, fill in the blank, And I could say, oh, I'm going to put that on my goal list. So if I crush a goal, I get a thing. And call me a shopaholic, call me whatever you want, but it helped. It really helped.
Those are helpful things. And those aren't, like you said, like food's not.
No, or like now it's like, oh, if you do this, you can get, like for instance, I said I didn't want any new gis until I evolved to my next Pokemon evolution or my new belt, and I think that's really important, because then I not only get a new belt, but I also look forward to like having that new gi and feeling the fanciest. Or, if I do a fight or something, maybe I'll get another pair of Muay Thai shorts, because we don't have 90, but still.
We don't have 90.
We have like 87.
80s, yeah, in the 80s.
So those are also really helpful. And finding things that inspire me, reading a good book that is inspirational.
Yeah, I try to. I sometimes I read fantasy stuff, but I try to stick with like, fighters books and things that really divulge what I try to aspire to be and do in my life, because it does get you pumped up to do things. You hear about these guys doing these great things, or women or whatever it is doing these great things that you're geared towards. Like if your goal is to run a marathon, maybe you want to read a book about a very successful runner, or something that because it does get you kind of geared and pumped up, because like a lot of these people that like do these things too, like again I bring up Schwarzenegger, like he was broke as fuck and came over here, and now look at him, like he literally came over with like nothing, and I don't know the whole story behind it, but I know he was pretty broke. You know, a lot of these guys and girls were
The
broke.
story is he came over here with nothing. He became a cyborg Terminator.
Yeah.
And then he had everything.
And he was the governor of California. You know.
Yeah, he was that.
So, you know, but you know, this inspirational people that had nothing, and a lot of us have more than what they started with, and also, and these people want to do is lose 10, 20 pounds, and you know, maybe put a little more money in their savings or something, or whatever their goal is, you know. Like, maybe it's not even as big as that, and then people drop off.
Yeah.
Like, you just gotta grind sometimes too. Like, you know.
And it is hard. I mean.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not hard.
You know.
It's holy shit, getting off of work after you're tired as hell.
Yeah.
And then saying, okay, I gotta go to the gym for an hour. That sucks.
Yeah.
You know, but then when you get done with the gym, you're like, I did something fucking productive today. Like, I did something to take care of my body, or whatever it is. Maybe it's not the gym. Maybe you're building a house or something.
From
maybe
scratch.
Maybe you're building a pueblo.
You get up.
You know, but whatever it is, like maybe you're building a house, and right now you're living in a trailer and you're working 60 hours a week, and you're like, oh, I gotta put 5 more hours into my house today so I can have it in 5 years or whatever. But then when you get the house done, you're like, well, I'm not living in this piece of shit trailer anymore that was falling apart, and all those hours I worked, I was able to save money to put into the house, or whatever it is you're doing. You're always building something. You're building towards something. Whether it's a house, you're building your body, you're building your savings account, you're building, you know, your goal is the biggest construction project, and you've always got to put a nail on a board.
Yeah.
Daily, you know.
Yeah.
No matter how tired you are, you got to swing the hammer.
Yeah.
Or else it's just going to fall apart.
The hammer's my penis. Anyway, I agree. I mean, it really is. I don't know what else I do. I feel like, I mean, it is really hard. Sometimes you're like, why am I still here? Why am I still doing this? But I think if you take each day, set your goals and take one day at a time, it's much more manageable. I think one of the biggest things is when people get out of the gate and they go really hard, and then, you know, 3 weeks in, they're like, why am I still doing this? Oh, am I still doing that?
Yeah.
And they kind of forget and they lose track. And I think all of those things, those, you know, checking in, those visuals, that helps kind of remind you where your head is supposed to be at. Yeah. For the year. Because I really want everyone to remember that it is a year goal. You know, it's this year, this whole year. It doesn't have to happen in the first 3 weeks. It probably shouldn't happen, you know. Take your time. Yeah. Don't blow your load all in the first 3 weeks. That would be stupid.
Well, and yeah, you're right. People do like rush it. And you have to take baby steps in everything you do.
Baby steps to the bus.
Like a lot of people, like, for instance, like people like quit cold turkey smoking. You know, that's hard.
That's really hard.
And a lot of people just say, "Oh, I'm just going to quit cold turkey," but your brain doesn't understand that. Your brain goes, "You're not giving me this nicotine that you were doing X amount of times a day." And you just stopped out of nowhere. So
if you're smoking during this podcast, put it down and get the fuck out. No, I'm joking.
But that's just a for instance, you know, because your body, like people that want to get in shape, it's the same thing. If you eat McDonald's 3 times a day, and then out of nowhere you go, I'm eating salad 3 times a day, which is bland and disgusting, I think. But whatever, you say I'm going to eat salad 3 times a day. And no dressing, just lettuce.
And then you end up killing yourself at the end of the year, and we're all like, "Oh no!"
Well, you won't make it to the end of the year because you're gonna go, "Oh shit!" Your body's gonna go, "What happened to all that grease? What happened to all those fats? What happened to all these carbs?" And your body's gonna freak the hell out, and then you're gonna regress and end up, you know, eating McDonald's 3 times a day again, and you're not gonna get back on that train because you went too hard right at the beginning. You know, like you have to work up to these points.
I found a really funny meme that was like, we're in that weird area between Christmas and New Year's where we don't know what date it is and we don't know who we are. And I'm like, that's a really valid point. But at the same time, I think this is a really lovely time for you to kind of do your research. How does your body react when you're cutting out certain foods? How does your body react on the keto diet? On the, if I went vegan today, how would that react? What am I expecting when I set these goals? What am I going to expect when I start to run? There's what I love doing is going to Barnes and Noble and just sitting down and like reading a bunch of running magazines because they have a lot of really cool gadgets and gear, but they also have a lot of really great stories and um, ideas for the new year for running. Whether it be running or, just generally being a more positive person, there's a lot of really cool books and information out there that in these next couple of days, I highly recommend just taking a trip, spending an hour at the bookstore, and just grabbing a bunch of books that look interesting and leafing through them, taking notes, sip some tea, have a coffee, sit down and reflect, because I think people who make goals too hastily are also it's also really easy to break because you're not in it. It's really about digging deep and thinking, what genuinely do I want to happen? It doesn't have to be this year. What do I want? In 10 years, where do I see myself? Okay, now how do I get there in 3 years? How do I get there in two? And constantly break it down and really search. And no one is saying that your goals can't change from right now into 10 years, but at least you have a roadmap for right now. And I think that's a really positive place to start. For me, it's all about understanding where I'm going so that I have a map to get there. Because I would be lost without it. I really would. Shit. But what's a goal for you?
Well, usually, I mean, I have a lot of the same goals I had last year. And a lot of times, I want to try to get 3 MMA fights, and I want to medal more in tournaments. I want to get gold medal, like an actual gold medal, not the opponents didn't show up gold medal. So that I want to get my purple belt by the end of 2018, which I'm pretty close, so I think I can do that. I mean, I definitely get another stripe. I'm at 3 stripes, so I can definitely get another stripe. But I'm pretty sure I can get my purple belt before 2018 is over. So that's another goal.
Hi.
Just compete my ass off, and but yeah, I want to get 3 fights. I want to make more money. That's another thing. I either want a pay raise, a good one, or I want a better job. Whatever happens first. So that's a good goal. What do you got?
I want to fight. I want to get a Jeep, even though like now I'm like in this winter cold, I'm like fuck that Jeep. I want a car that's warm. Can I just drive a giant oven, please?
A big pizza oven.
Can I please? That would be amazing, and I'd have pizza on demand. It'd be the best day.
Or if you're trying to lose weight, you could just put the smell of pizza in the vents. So and at least you get the smell.
Then my brain is like, you must have pizza, and then I go find pizza anyway.
I want some pizza.
Shut up. No, you don't.
Yes,
I know. Yeah, that I want to go kayaking in the Florida Keys really bad. And one of them is see a manatee. I almost said meet a manatee, and that's even a better goal. Hello, my name is Sarah. It's so nice to meet you. I'm so excited. I like to meet a manatee, genuinely. I like to go snorkeling. I just want to go see the Florida Keys because I've never been there. I've been to every fucking place else in Florida, and I love it so much, but I've never been to the Keys. Weight loss is always, I just want to drop 10 pounds. It sounds frivolous, but like it's where it was before, and I just need to get back there because it's really important for my knees and my running game. The last thing that I want to say that I definitely do, this is really cheesy, but I love doing it because at the end of the year I get to read them and they're the most fun. So, at the beginning of the year, I make my vision board, and then usually on the back of my poster board that I put it on, I write myself a note, and it's like, "Dear future self, you're awesome, you're amazing, you're so lovely, and you've done such a great job." And think of all these, and then I usually list all the really cool shit that happened that year. You fought a panda bear and won. You know, you climbed the highest mountain in the world. Blah blah blah.
You
Okay.
fought a panda bear.
Yeah, it's a long story. Anyway.
Okay. Fought a panda bear. That's good.
It's fighting ninja bear. So then once I'm done, I say, I say something like, "I love you, you're wonderful, sign your past self." Then the next year, when it's this time again, I turn my board over and it is the funniest shit. I am hilarious. Past self is fucking hilarious because future self loves the notes, and it's a really lovely, just go get them. You're strong. You're a cool person. Don't forget that kind of reminder. And sometimes if you need a sneak peek halfway through the year, a half year check in, go for it. But I like writing those notes. They're hilarious, and they're just full of promise and joy and hope.
Yeah.
A new hope.
Episode 4. The start.
The start. It's a new hope. So yeah, I like doing that. I think it's fun.
Yeah, that's good.
And it's always fun to like write into the future, and then you're sitting there and you're like, I'm in the future right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's good. Just we can probably close this out in a few minutes, but
that is the worst wrap up I've ever heard.
I'm just looking at the time. I don't want to. Before I start repeating myself.
In conclusion, please always say that in every speech.
But just make sure, like, yeah, the main gist of this is just don't stop what you're doing. Don't stop trying after just a couple weeks of things. You've got a lot of things you can do to make sure you achieve these goals, and try to find a little bit of passion in what you do. Make sure you enjoy it too. It's not always fun going to the gym, or it's not always fun maybe not buying that pair of socks because you want to save that $10 for a trip you want to take, or something like that. Like, it's not always fun making those tough decisions, but you always got to remember your end goal is the most important thing.
Yes. And then remember your end goal.
Yeah, maybe giving up little things here and there. Like, oh shit, I can't drink 24 cans of Diet Coke today because I want to lose weight, or I want to save money to go towards something different. Those little things that you find yourself pissing away stuff.
It's those decisions. I have a bracelet that says decisions determine your destiny. And it's a constant reminder that, yes, every decision I make either makes me or doesn't. Every decision I make goes towards something. And I think taking that time to pause and remember that will help. But baby steps, people. Baby steps to the bus.
Definitely.
Baby steps everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the What About Bob reference. I have to tell you all my references because you're welcome.
I dig it.
So, Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year, and
good luck. Tell us what your goals are.
Yeah.
Write them down, people. Write them down.
Write your shit down. Comment on this video if you want, or comment on. I'm gonna share it on Facebook. You can comment on that if you want,
but don't be a troll. God.
Yeah, don't be a dick. I'm gonna revert back to that. 2018. Let's not be dicks. I
like it.
Take care of each other and just
you're gonna break that 2018 not be a dick as soon as we go out on the road and someone cuts you off, and then you're gonna be like, fuck you.
And people wouldn't drive like fucking idiots.
Okay, goodbye. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. That was a good way to end it. That's fun.